Hey there everybody in the FFBE global Facebook group, and hello to everybody who sees this video on YouTube as well. Welcome to a somewhat delayed episode of Ask an Old Mog. Seems like I'm saying that a lot for the past couple of months, but last week I had a good excuse. I was at the fan event, and this week I've just been really busy with all the anniversary stuff. So it's just been a couple of busy days, and here we are ready to do our episode. This week's episode centers around something that we talk about a lot on this channel, which has to do with like using free resources. In particular, there's a very valuable free resource that just came out this week where you can pick and choose a unit of your choice from a very, very big list. And so we see a lot of questions in the Facebook group, who should I pick? What should I do? I've been getting a lot of personal questions. People have been directly asking me, what should I be choosing? So I thought it might be useful to talk about that and take a look at the ticket in question and see like how to get to it, how you're going to obtain it, and then consider how to use it. So that said, let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Okay, so in general, questions I've been seeing have been something like this. What unit should I pick from the NeoVision Unit Select 7th Anniversary ticket? And whenever we have a question like this, my answer is generally speaking pretty similar to this. As always, it's going to depend heavily on what units you already have and what content you are focusing on. But I do have a couple of tips that may help you decide how you want to use this ticket. And so before we dive too far into those, I'm going to show you where you can find this ticket and how you can use it. You're going to go into the shop, which is right down here. And before you even get to the ticket itself, you have to go to the exchange shop and then scroll down to right here, the Lapis Replica Exchange 7th Anniversary. Here's where you're going to get this ticket. It's this red one here, select ticket, and it costs 7,000 of the yellow Lapis Replica. Some other good things that are on this list, by the way, in case you're curious, I do think that a guaranteed Neo for 6,000 is okay. Grabbing these 1/10 Neos is okay. I wouldn't recommend Riser or Charlotte and Physalis or Adele unless you just happen to have missed them. It is what it is. You might need those or want those. Cool. They're not particularly great units. Master's Crowns, great. Mystery Crystals, great. And then down here, Eternal Radiance Elena Fragments times 50. I'm personally planning on getting these. Help my Elena get to EX2. Because of my Elena pulls were terrible, but that's that is down here, and it's really valuable. 5,000 for 50 fragments is pretty good. I just haven't done it yet. So, but yeah, if you want the select ticket, it's right here. 7,000 for one. This is also not bad either. 5 anniversary select fragment tickets for 4,000. Lets you just choose fragments, so that's pretty cool. A lot of the same information that's in this video is going to apply to those tickets as well. If you want to pick and choose fragments and things like that. The banners might not be exactly the same, but there you go. So here's what we're focused on. You have this NV Unit Select Ticket 7th Anniversary, and that's assuming we got this ticket. How would you want to spend it? Okay, you're going to go back a step here and scroll down again just below the Lapis Replica. And it's right here, Ticket Exchange NV Unit Select 7th Anniversary. Cool. So as you can see, I don't have one. All of these units just cost 1 ticket. So let's put some information on the screen here for you. If you've been playing for a while or pull regularly, my guess is that you have most of these units, have gotten them at least one time. So if that's you, picking a unit that you need an extra copy of or just want a TMR, STMR for is a fine way to go. So like, if you've just for some reason you've been playing this game for a while and you've just never gotten your EX3 Yoshikiri, and you have pretty much every unit in the game, but you just don't have them all at EX3 and you want to get Yoshikiri to EX3, fine. It's maybe not the best choice in the game, but it is a fun choice because it unlocks his EX3 skills. Pretty cool. Starlight Elena, another great example of a unit that got an intrinsic ability that's pretty good. So making her pretty good at this point, serviceable, usable. I've used her in recent clear videos and she's done great. That's definitely an option. Or if you've just for whatever reason just didn't pull and I've never gotten a Red Wing Cecil, and I want a Red Wing Cecil, and there you go. You can get Red Wing Cecil this way. So it's a fine way to do it. But if you are a player on a budget, you might not pull as often as other players do, and you might not have everything that you want, and you might not have everything that you need to complete certain trials. For example, like if you've just never been able to play the Riku game because you don't have a Riku, you could get a Berserker Riku here, and then you could not that it's any good anymore because they're nerfing counter, but you could play the Berserker Riku game, or if you've never if you've never gotten Tyvis and Yish and you really want their field effect, that might be useful. But you got to remember that the way this game works is if you just have a single copy, you're limited to a unit, their base Neovision's form kit, or they're not having access to their SLB. So like having just that one copy might not really make or break your account. It might be best for you to pick something that you already have that you want to use so that you can upgrade them to EX +1 or better to get their STMR, to get their limit shift available, whatever, so that you can just make the most use of the one unit you already have. But, still, there's another layer of complexity here. For example, if you like Dark Visions, it might be best for you to pick a leader, if you have not done so already, that is going to support the element you like to run. So if we go towards the end of this list, we can see there are some leader skill units here, like Genesis has a leader skill. If you really like running fire teams, you could do technically attack and magic by 100% for Final Fantasy VII. If you really like to, or sorry, not fire, Final Fantasy VII. If you really like to run Final Fantasy VII teams, there's Genesis for you. Or if you really like JP Anniversary or fire teams, right? Fina Dark Lineage could be 300% for those. Or if you really like ice teams for whatever reason, you could pick Veritas of the Frost. Maybe not the best choice you could make, but it is there. Yeah, there's not a ton of good leader skill units. They don't have the premium leaders on here. That's a thing. But like Nora is 300% for Clash of Wills. Angel is 100% for Final Fantasy VII, just like Genesis is. Blades Black Flame Reagan is 100% for FFBE across the board, regardless of element. So pick a leader skill that might be able to serve you if you don't already have a premium leader. You also may consider picking a unit that does an imperil for an element you like or a break that you need. So I'm going to scroll back a little bit, and I'm going to go to World's Hero Gilgamesh. World's Hero Gilgamesh has a really big Dark Imperil. It's under 145 Dark Imperil for the regular limit burst, or if you go to max stats and look at the SLB, 160 Dark Imperil for you. That could really help your dark teams if you're running dark teams. Just to go back to Blades of Black Flame Reagan, Blades of Black Flame Reagan has really nice breaks and imperils. 140 imperil for dark, but also has where is it? Also has 88% defense and spirit breaks, and 145 fire and ice imperil. So it could be a very useful unit as they do imperils and breaks, and actually does pretty good damage. I actually happen to just pick this one up, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I didn't grab him for free. But I did grab him off of a player appreciation ticket or something like that. It was pretty great. I was excited. It was like the best thing I got the whole time. So pretty cool. Or like I mentioned before, Nora has field effects that help your party, as does Sakura Dark Lineage and Tyvis and Yish. Field effects that provide nice, utility for your party, or just, units that have unique skills, like, for example, Curse of Immunity Melissa, who would be my perfect pick for this banner. When I get this ticket, Melissa is going to be joining my party. It's between Melissa and Nora. I kind of want to pick Melissa just because she does dark support, and I do like dark teams. But Nora provides a lot of other utility. and like modifier boost and stuff for Clash of Wills units. So like it's between Melissa and Nora for me, but most likely Melissa, because they just have unique stuff in their kit that no other units have. And I like that. So if you like Dark Visions, you know, picking stuff that can squeeze every little bit out of the damage dealers that you have to help them push that damage as hard as you can is probably going to be useful for you. A good break, a good imperil, a good leader skill. I guess there are not that many great leader skills here in this list, but you know, a good imperil, a good break, or unique skills like, you know, Melissa and Nora, that will certainly be a way to help you pick what you want. Okay. Another way to think about this is if you like Clash of Wills, the same rules are generally speaking going to apply. However, you need high EX levels of all your units to get that rank 1 clear. So since most units on your team need to be EX 3 or better, using this to pick like a unit that you can like get that much closer. Like if you're really wanting to run, you know, a team that has EX 3 Melissa on it, and you need that last copy of Melissa to get EX3, that'll open up the flexibility of all your other party slots, then grabbing that Melissa is a really good idea. Or Nora, or Dwayne. You know, Nora and Dwayne also have the benefit of providing good leader skills for Clash of Wills. 300% is nothing to be upset about, you know. Yes, we have 750% now with Elena, but 300% is still pretty good if you don't have it. You know, it's an option. So think about, like, you know, the teams that you want to run and the Clash of Wills units that you need. You know, like if you really need Sylvie, for example, to be EX3 because you only got an EX1 of some other, like if you're like me, you know, if you're like me and you got only EX1 Eternal Radiance Elena right now, then you need your entire team to be EX3 to go to a rank 1. And if for some reason my, you know, Tsukiko was not EX3 and that was preventing me from being able to run Elena on my team to get a rank 1, then I would need to, you know, picking Tsukiko might be an option for me to make, you know, EX3 faster to be able to run the rank 1 team that I want to run, if that makes sense. You know, you've got to think about all the other stuff that happens, like, you know, picking good units that do what you want them to do, but also think about your EX levels when you're talking about playing Clash of Wills, especially if you don't pull all the time, especially if you don't, you know, pull every Clash of Wills unit. Picking the ones that you want and that already have and focusing fire on them to make their EX level higher so you can get a rank 1 score could very well be the way you want to go. Okay, so the last thing I want to do here is I'm just going to go back in time to when last year's anniversary was. And there's a lot of units here between now and last year's anniversary. Here we are. Here's Sylvie, right? So Sylvie came out last year's anniversary, and I'm just going to scroll through the list and tell you, based on what I see here, are there any units that I would necessarily recommend grabbing for the average player? Not necessarily one that focuses on, I really like Clash of Wills or I really like Dark Visions, but just more like, is this unit useful to grab for general purpose stuff? So we're going to start with Sylvie. If you never got one, she's a fine pick. Rain Warrior's Prayer, I wouldn't recommend it. Neither would I recommend Leftia or Poppy. Chizuru, very useful unit for Trials, very useful unit for Clash of Wills. Rus and Nilika, no. Balthier, no. Ashe, maybe. Ashe is a good magic tank and it also has some unique killers. Vaughn is the biggest fire imperil in the game right now, so potentially good there if you like fire teams. Olive is a good spirit breaker and Clash of Wills damage dealer, starting to fall off the charts a little bit. Lulu is like water. Water is a bad element in general. Kimari, mostly good for his TMR or his STMR. It is what it is. Tsukiko, I really enjoy a lot. I use a lot for Clash of Wills and outside of Clash of Wills for her field support. Potentially a good pick. Yuna is water and very specialized, so no. Riku just got nerfed. Pain doesn't do anything. Dagger has fields, so potentially useful there. Kuja is a big light imperil, you know, pretty nice. Van Harma is just earth damage. Ihana is unique killers and some support, so okay. Regina is ice, and ice is not necessarily a good element. Red Wing Cecil is a very good magic tank, an Omnicover tank actually, but you got to have EX1 to do it, so picking him here, maybe not the best choice, but I don't have one, so I could see me making that argument for him. Rosa is mainly just like killer buffs and healers. Rain and Last Well, no. Ingus is okay, good fields and stuff like that, but not really. Edgar and Sabin, no. Tyvus and Yish have a unique field. It's ice and fire, so that's kind of cool. Barrett's a tank. Okay. Charlotte is also a tank. I've done a video comparing her to like Chow, and I'm not picking her. Bartz becomes a very good wind damage dealer in the future, but wind is still one of those elements that is not that great right now. Creel, no. Vacation Voyager Fina. If you really like that limit burst, go for it. Runda is really cute and has really nice buffs, but in general is not that useful. Gilgamesh is the biggest Dark Imperil. Abigail is a phenomenal magic tank and Omnicover tank. If you don't have her, and you know, I would recommend her to somebody who, if you're trying to pick something that that was going to really do well for you in lots of content, Abigail's very, very good. Mid is very, very good damage, but you do need to have everything that you need to get there. So there's that. Curse of Immunity Melissa is my current pick for who I would pick from this ticket. For reasons I've already explained, I just don't have her, and I hate not having her because she's unique. Shantoto is just dark damage magic. Lion is light imperils. Roka is earth magic. Veritas of the Frost is frost damage. Ew. Sakura Dark Lineage is pretty cool. Has a thunder field and nice support, but not a lot of damage. Fina's a great leader skill, great healer, and does good fire support for your party. Dwayne is a lot of damage, good chaining, tag team chaining, does a really, really nice limit burst buff in Clash of Wills. Genesis is a very good damage dealer for Dark Visions. He's fire focused. In fact, he's fire locked. So, you know, but if you've got him, you're probably doing 9,000 or 9,999,909,000 damage in one hit, which is pretty cool. Angeal is a Thunderbreaker. Thunder's okay as an element. Blades of Black Flame Reagan is a good breaker, as I've already discussed, as is Red-Eyed Sage Saul. Nora is a good tag team unit, also has some unique utility for Clash of Wills, has that that accuracy buff that has never mattered until her Clash of Wills, which is annoying and great at the same time. And then Expert Sharpshooter Irvin is a damage dealer for Dark Visions that is very clunky and hard to use. So those are the ones that I would say, like, between now and Sylvie, that are available, that are useful. There might be others that are before Sylvie that might be useful to you, like, you know, Cloud's STMR is good. I use it still. Already mentioned Yoshikiri and Elena. Most of these units, though, are so old that they're just not really even worth talking about, is a thing. And most of us, if you've been playing for a long time, probably already have all of these units at EX2 or better. So, you know, maybe better to pick something that you don't have, depending on how you like to play. You know, just things to think about. And that's pretty much it. You know, so like I said, you know, pick based on what you like to play, how you like to play, what you need. It's really hard for us to tell you any one way, like, yes, pick this unit. Because without knowing like everything that there is to know about your kit and the units that you have, it's really hard to know like how to tell you what to pick. But those are kind of like just some general tips about like how I'm going to be picking once I get the currency to do it. Also worth thinking about, you know, we're supposed to getting these free weekly 70 pulls that I know were bugged, and so they kind of put them on temporary hold for right now. But you can exchange this ticket until 12/8/23. So we've got a long time to wait on this ticket. You might just go ahead and buy the ticket with the Lapis replica, and then just hold on to it. You know, we get all the way through the anniversary summons that we're going to get over the next few weeks, months, whatever, and then wait until see what you get. You know, like if I went ahead and grabbed a Melissa right away, and then I got one the next week, I might be a little frustrated, you know. So, you know, maybe just grab your ticket and hold on to it. Or if you feel like you just really need something right away based on the criteria we've already talked about, you know, you can grab a unit there. But definitely don't skip on this. You know, being able to just like hand pick a unit that you want is a very, very rare and valuable option in this game. So don't squander it. You know, don't just grab something just because you want an STMR or a TMR or something like that. You know, pick something that's going to be useful and meaningful to you. Hopefully these tips have really helped you to think about what you want. Of course, it's all based on my opinion. So if you've got something that you think is maybe a better pick, and you've got another idea, let me know in the comments. You know, what are you going to be choosing? Why are you going to be choosing them? Why does that matter to you? If you've got suggestions for other players as well, you know, feel free to share them. If your opinion's different from mine, feel free to share that. If you've got a question you want to see in next week's video, I'd be happy to hear that too. Just because I'd like to have stuff to talk about. Yeah, helps me do my thing, okay? Do my job for me. Don't make me go scouring the comments looking for questions. Just give me a question, please. I will say next week's video is going to be a little bit delayed because I'm going to be at summer camp with my kid. So the video will be a little bit delayed because of that. But yeah, be on the lookout for the next one. And if you've got a question, like I said, post it either in the comments on Facebook or the comments in this YouTube video, and we will do our best to try and answer it. In the meantime, you guys be good to each other, take care, enjoy the anniversary celebration in the game. Hopefully your polls have been going better than mine have been, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, yeah, take care, be good to each other.